We all love creating beautiful spaces in and around our homes, but we do know that it can often become quite expensive. But when it comes to DIY, repurposing can often save you a ton of money and suit your individual style. What you'll need for this project is a piece of timber, a cordless drill, a few decorative hooks, chalk paint as well as wax, a metal brush, a slotted hanger, chalkboard paint, and 2 right-angled brackets. The first step is to prepare our door and ledge, right? Now, as you can see, the door is in pretty good nick, apart from a couple of scratches and abrasions along the edges here. So I chose this door because it's a pretty solid door and it's good to screw in our hooks when we secure it to the wall. Now, for the glass here, obviously we'll be spray painting it, so we need to tape that up just so that we don't have to clean it later on, which will save us some time. And then onto our ledge. Our ledge will be stained, and I think I'm actually going to router the edge just to make it look more professional. To create a soft edge, I'm using a round over bit side edges. With the routering now complete, we can sand both the door and the ledge before we stain and paint. To ensure the glass panels stay clean and clear, it's a good idea to tape them up with newspaper and painter's tape. I like to start with a layer of tape and then put a layer of newspaper and seal that off with tape again. To create the perfect surface for the paint to adhere to, sand the frame with medium grit sandpaper, clear off any dust, and then get ready to paint. Right, with our door now prepped, we're ready for painting. And I'm going to be using chalk paint. What's cool about this stuff, I can literally spray it on and it'll go into all the detailed areas that I need. For our shelf, we're going to be using a stain, and that will just highlight the beautiful natural grain of the wood. Remember folks, always spray in a well-ventilated area. A few light coats will ensure proper coverage and a smooth finish. To stain the shelf, I'm using a water-based tinted sealant. Not only does this dry very quickly, but it's also easy to clean up just using water. 2 coats ensure the perfect cover. Now with our door painted and our ledge stained, before we assemble them, we can antique the door. Now this is an optional step, right? And you can either distress it with a wire brush or you can simply sand in strategic places using some sandpaper. Let your creativity go wild, as there is no right or wrong here. A tip is to distress areas that would naturally age over time, like the edges, and work your way around until you're happy with the final result. With the distressing now complete, we can add some wax to the project. That not only protects the wood, but adds a slight sheen effect as well. Then in this section over here, I'm going to be applying some of this stuff. It's chalkboard paint, which actually can provide as a little write-up so that it reminds us of what we got to do for that day. And it's very simple, just 2 simple coats, and there you go. Once you've applied 2 coats of the chalkboard paint, simply remove any newspaper and tape from the glass panel. With the biggest part of our project now complete, we can secure our ledge to the door. I've marked out the distance or the width of the door, which is 40 millimeters. So I'm going to mark that off onto our ledge, and then I'm going to draw our guideline, mark off our pilot holes, and then drill them through. The drill bit that I'm using has a 2-in-1 function of drilling and countersinking. This makes light work of drilling pilot holes as well as ensuring the screw heads disappear. To attach the shelf, simply line it up with the door, clamp it into place and start securing using wood screws. With our ledge now securely in place, we can fasten our bracketry, right? So we're going to place this below the ledge and secure it in to the door as well as to the ledge. And then we can also add our coat hanger hooks on our blackboard surface. To secure the hooks onto the blackboard, start off by first marking out where you'd like them to sit. I prefer them to be equally spaced, so I measure out and secure them with shorter wood screws. Awesome, with our accessories now in place, we can focus on where our picture frames will go. We're going to measure out in the center here where our backing board will be, and then cut that to size and secure it with a few panel pins. I'm I'm using a jigsaw to cut the masonite board to size, and to give it a finished look, I'm using a coat of white spray paint. In order to mount our slotted hooks, I'm going to mark out the area on our door where they need to go. As you can see, there's about 10 centimeters here, so I'm going to mark about midway. Then I'm going to place our slotted hook on the midway mark and mark out where we should secure it with the screws. And then simply secure it up. And there you have it. Who would have thought that an ordinary door like this would turn out so useful? You can place your family's pictures over there to remind you every day, as well as hang up your coat after a long day from work and leave a message for your family. So go out, have fun, and go make it your own.